Language. In the Bible says in the beginning there is a word. A word is the God. Prior to initiate the nurture of the whole creation, the first thing spreaded and filled the universe is a sound. It is a phenomenon of the transformation from the will into the language. Because of it, the will, namely the language, is the first corner in the creation. All the creations have a sound of the language in their body subconsciously. The living things have more of them. The nature mainly emanates a will but hardly emanates a sound. The rule of the nature of this world is to let all the creations follow the process of the birth in the first place. There are the will and the substantial incarnate a sound. In all the 50 sounds respectively the gods dwell. Which sounds out of the 50 consist of the language, or whether all the sounds uttered are healthy or not one needs to see. Man can use all the 50 sounds skillfully, like playing a musical instrument. Man is a really noble and higher organism. The birth of the words starts from the stage at the time of the creation by the gods. In the seven-dimensional world utters the word, creates the world. A creates the six-dimensional world. Creates the five-dimensional world. IH creates the four-dimensional world. O creates the three-dimensional world. They become the scale of the dimensions administered by the original gods. Further, the sounds are born from the gods and they become the 50 sounds. They are administered by the gods. The 50 sounds administered by the gods stay through over man and the whole creations. If man uses a word that does not come from the original inborn sincerity, or a word against the truth or the bad words, there happens a compensation. Such as a typhoon occurs and hits unavoidably as a natural phenomenon. If man uses a word thoughtfully and considerately, connects to the heaven and harmonizes with nature, one will possess an invigorating spiritual atmosphere around one and come to inherit the gods' will unspokenly and wipe all the diseases out of man. Every word that man gratefully uses is well in order and makes all fruitful. The gods of the 50 sounds govern and protect man and the whole creations. The words against one's will, of the vanities looked gorgeous and of falsehoods contaminate one's body as well as the spiritual one. To use the words administered by the gods bracingly with the truth will make everything fruitful. A false and only ornamented word is dead and temporary. The true and faithful word, even if it is clumsy, is alive and lingers on man, who makes others vigorous and creates goodness. Wherever man is, as long as one emanates one's will, one ejects a word of both the right and the wrong, floats and covers on one's body. If the right covers on man, the gods further envelope and protect him/her. If man can exhibit one's own original mind that dwells in one's body thoroughly, the words sound bracingly like music of a harp played by the gods' will. The joy and the appreciation become deep, and the music played by the true heart makes the gods and the nature deeply move. The righteous and beautiful will and word are heard penetratingly through the end of this world and linger on. They make the gods' protection fortify. It is totally up to man, who is the leader of the primates in the nature, whether one can use the powers of the gods of the 50 sounds wisely or makes them useless.